here.
Moman's here with us.
Yes.
Through the Wale button. Welcome back, everybody, to NationWars 3.
Yo.
It's time for the Decider match. Funker's joining me up here on the casting couch, casting desk, casting chair.
And desk.
And desk.
And Wale button.
And the Wale buttons. Are you excited for the last match of the evening?
I am. Because whatever happens, it would be a first. If China makes it to round of 8, it's already a tremendous accomplishment for them.
And what's the other one?
And if we lose Norway,
okay,
what would happen? That would be the same situation, actually.
I know, that's what I was thinking. I was like, where are you going with this?
I screwed that up.
It's okay, man.
I screwed that up.
You could say if we have one occasion, it is huge.
It is.
Because China would go through for the first time. Norway would go out in last place compared to their other
third place
results.
So not last place.
Not last place, third place. But compared to that other
yes.
place.
I mean, we are talking about a team that won back-to-back championships.
Back-to-back.
For our NationWars, which is really impressive out of him, because we didn't see them doing that well in the first couple of editions, but still. There is still Snoot in that team. There is still Taga. There's still Aiki. Aiki, who does amazingly well in NationWars originally. And this time, it's not going as planned. They got smacked by Ukraine. And now even Taiwan, as you can see on the screen, wasn't easy at all.
No.
4-2 is not a good result for Norway, in my opinion. So I'm kind of worried for them going against China.
Taga said they're still confident no matter what, though.
Yeah.
And he says he really does believe he's confident. We can take a look at the lineups one more time. Of course, Norway going up against China. China's first match today, they played yesterday. Unfortunately, they lost very early on to the Ukraine, but here they are for the next game of their road to the top 8. And here's their team.
First of all, we got to take a look at Shigua. Shigua showed amazing games, showed that he was totally active on Starcraft 2, considering the 600 games that he has on the Korean server.
That's a lot of games.
With a great ratio, 70th place, I think, in the Grandmasters League in Korea.
60-70. Yeah,
67. So, anyways, that's a player that you got to worry about, because he's been playing amazingly well, especially in ZVZ, and we know ZVZ matchups are really important in NationWars, considering Legacy of the Void just came out and Zerg is actually really strong these days.
Yep.
And you've got the ace for Team Norway, that is Snoot. You've got Taga, who plays really well. It's also Zerg versus Zerg. So
yep.
It's going to be really important for China. If Shigua performs on the same level that he did yesterday, I think China is going to take it.
China's got a good shot against the Norwegian team, which is, of course, captained by Taga. We've heard already from him a couple of times today before his first match, and, of course, after he just took down the Taiwanese team. Snoot starting to get better, starting to get into rhythm. Had a bit of a disappointing day yesterday, but he played well today, got 2 big wins, unfortunately one big loss as well. And Aiki got his first win.
Yes.
In Season 3. Woo!
Is it is it trying to revive the Aiki factor in NationWars?
Hype.
The Aiki hype train.
Yeah.
Anyways, it did take a game. Taga took a game also. That's showing that the 2 other players, other than Snoots, are capable of doing stuff. And our first matchup is going to be Taga versus Maxed.
Yes, it is.
So they open with a Protoss player that didn't show really good games yesterday.
No.
It was by far, I think, the worst player out of the Chinese team.
Yes.
But I've seen him play today. I was watching Bomber's stream
and he played
today,
against him.
and he played against Maxed, I think 3 or 4 times. So what it means, in my opinion, is that Maxed just played 24/7 ever since they lost yesterday.
Time to perform today.
They need to perform, and they need Maxed to take a. I mean, against Norway, Shigua is not going to be enough. You need to take at least one map, I think, in my opinion, to feel comfortable against Norway.
I agree.
See. Top left is playing Zerg in his red. He's playing for Team Norway and is Taga. Needs to open up with something really solid here against our Chinese player in the blue. For the Protoss phrase, for Ire, he is Maxed. And we are starting on Ulrena.
Ulrena. The first destination between these 2 nations. Remember to send in your pictures of how you're watching NationWars. #NW3. Show us your selfies. Come on. Get your phone out. It's nice and easy. While the game's starting up, while the build orders are taking shape, get your phone out, take a pic, You're on Wi-Fi, obviously. Send it in with a hashtag NW3, because then we can see it.
Yeah.
And then
Easy
we'll show
peasy.
it. It's really easy.
Easy peasy. So, first of all, we see Targa going for a hatchery first, and that's a good call considering our Protoss player is actually going for a Nexus first, but... Oh, Paul is taking a picture right now.
Yeah, I'm just showing people how easy it is
to
to send in a picture. I'm going to do one.
You can even do it while casting.
Yeah, I'm doing it while casting.
If you're not doing it while watching, and basically not doing anything except eating pizza, then what does it say about you?
If I can do it, you guys can do it. How I watch hashtag NW3.
Yeah. Where?
That's it. That's all you need to do. Like, you can write more than I do. I've got to keep it short. Because I'm casting.
You are.
But there we go. I did it, Funker.
Yes, you did it. And I will do it. At some point, you will ask for me to say anything about the game, but I will be taking a picture.
Yeah.
Does that work for you?
Yeah, that's fine. All right. That's fine. All right.
So hatchery first against Nexus first.
Love it.
And going into Gash really fast for Targa. So will he invest in Speedling? Yes, he will. Metabolic boost coming in. I'm liking this.
I love it. Aggression. Hopefully more than just Zergling's speed. I hope he goes up for a little bit more. We'll see though. Targa, of course, has always been a pretty aggressive Zerg in every game that he's played. Wings Liberty over the Heart of the Swarm, and of course now a Legacy. He is that type of player.
That's a pretty cool wall from Maxed. I mean, the pylon positioning I think is pretty smart. And we'll see how he closes it out, because he's still not perfectly walled in. Those two Zerglings, can they get in? Yes, they will.
And
get a little bit of scouting.
Probes are on the
Just
menu.
high-fiving some probes, and yeah, probably getting some damage done in the main base.
It's a great win if he gets a probe here.
Yes.
It's going to work.
Really small investment for Targa. Not getting a probe yet.
Not yet. And this is also a bit of a scout as well, because if he does find this robotics facility, which has come down, that's a big win. I think he's going to get it with his Overlord on the natural anyway. So he knows what his opponent's up to. And one thing that Targa said in the interview is that they share a very similar style, China and Taiwan, is that they are aggressive. So seeing the Robo down is already going to be screaming Warp Prism and potentially a Mortal Push.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've seen it on that map yesterday.
Yeah.
Even with a really poor start it was Haas, I think, that went into a Stargate and did an Oracle push that didn't do anything. He lost the Oracle like really fast without doing any damage, but then went into the classical force field on the ramp.
Yeah.
And then just stole the game away.
He did.
From the Zerg player. So Targa, with all these informations in hand, for sure, he knows what could happen, and he should be on his guards.
Yeah, and he saw 3 gateways coming down as well, so he knows the Warp Prism, or maybe the Warp Prism is going to be its own way, backed up by a couple of gateways. Roach 1 is finishing up, multiple Queens being added on as well for protection. So he shouldn't be losing to anything simple in this game. It's good scouting information that those original Zerglings gave him.
That's a really good situation for Targa, I think.
Yep.
I mean, he didn't overdrone. He has a Roach wearing down. He has plenty of Queens, so he'll be able to work on his creep spread, which is really important on this map. And he's just on a really good defensive setup in general. And I like it, considering he's supposed to be better than his opponent. Like,
he is.
Targa has not been playing amazingly well, but Max said yesterday was pretty poor in PvZ. So I'm liking the setup that he has right now, just, you know, reactive kind of Zerg.
Yeah.
Kind of like you used to play HOTS. You just wait for the attack that is eventually gonna come, and then you just, you know, work around with what you see and what you have defensively.
And here we go, here comes the Warp Prism, which has been spotted very early on because there's Overlords absolutely everywhere. And how much damage is he really going to get done? The Warp Prism already been targeted down by a couple of Queens. Here come the Adepts, and already drone's been pulled offline, doesn't really want to lose any.
Not a single loss yet. That's pretty good. And the Warp Prism is already in the orange line. Oh my god, 11 HP.
And he survives.
He survives. By the skin of his teeth.
By the skin of his teeth. And there's a third Nexus down,
like
which
it.
has been spotted by Targa as well. He got an Overlord in beautiful positioning.
Okay, what about the composition now? Because we've seen everything coming out of Targa defensively, and now he goes for Spire. Do you like that choice?
I love the choice.
Okay.
When you're playing against a player like this, who's usually going to move into disruptor style composition, I think it's a great choice. If they open at Stargate, maybe not so good choice. But I like it. It's a good surprise too, but there's an observer that could find it, which then would be a bad problem to
And
have.
even Hallucinated Phoenixes, for some reason, I think people forget about that spell ever since Legacy of the Void came in, because nobody has as many sentries as before.
Yeah.
And he lost the Observer in the main, so he needs an Hallucinated Phoenix to know what's going to happen eventually, because the Spire is like halfway done, and at some point he will have Mutalisk to work with against Sentry and Immortals, which is really good. But for now, he needs to defend that, and it's a really good position for Force Field. Right there, couple of Force Field cuts off most of the army, and now Targa needs to do a really great concave. That's what he does right now. The
Biots get a decent first hit, but they don't actually kill anything, just bring down a couple of these sentries low. And this is a strong push out.
It is a really strong push out.
Right before the Spire is done.
And now, does he have any force field to block off the ramp? I don't think he does. He doesn't have a Mothership Core, so he won't be able to recall, losing a couple of adepts right there. And more sentries that Immortal is getting targeted down, and he's gonna lose it right now.
A couple of corrosive biles to catch the back end of the Stalkers. Here comes more Roach's drones being put offline as well. Targa's trying to survive in this game.
Yeah, he's pulling drones. That's not looking good. And the Warp Prism is not getting targeted down, so he's able to reinforce that army. And even Micro, that Immortal is not dying right now. He's just shooting 50 damage a piece and then bringing it back to the Warp Prism. That's a really good show-off of Micro from Maxed, and more drones are getting pulled off. Is Maxed gonna do it?
It looks like he is, man. That Warp Prism gonna stay alive, can pick up units, can warp in more. And Targa gets stung by that attack. And just like that, Norway go down a game in this series.
And already smells bad for Norway.
Yeah.
Dude, Max said that didn't win a single game yesterday is just opening up the way for the Chinese team without even before Shigwa is getting sent out. That's bad. That's just bad. Are we losing Norway?
Well, it's the predictions, and let's get rid of one guy already, Polo.
You said 4-0?
Yeah, I have faith.
Yeah.
But
look at that. Face is not bringing you anything so far.
I'm already gone from this one. We'll see how much this goes on. I think we're going to see Snoot come out next, though. Or are we?
I don't know. I would say Ike maybe.
Ike first, PvP.
You don't want to send Snoot for Maxed, right?
I was surprised Snoot didn't come out first.
Nah.
Yeah.
You do that against the team that you're supposed to 4-0.
Or Rotti for Rotti.
Aww.
Thank you, Duncan. Dunk_Martin.
Pretty sizable TV.
Missed most of the games as I was busy baking this for you guys at Lord Margaret. Thank you.
Well,
Cookie cake. I can eat it.
He's baking it for us. So that means he's gonna pop up
and give
at the studio.
I would like
give it to us. I hope he does.
Hello. Hold on a second.
It says Wale.
Hello, Palezing. Ale China.
La China.
Hello, Cheeky.
Cheeky.
Hashtag NW3. At Not Kleeman. I know it's you, Kleeman. Hey, guys, watching here with a bit of Christmas spirit. Go Europe! Greetings from Slovenia. Thank you for sending in the tweet.
Greetings from you. Did you see he's got posted with
He's
your
got
name?
Love Apollo, Rotti Fan Club, someone's bum or nose, maybe... No, it says Todd's nose.
Todd's nose?
Yeah, it's Todd's.
Oh, yeah, that's Todd's nose.
There's Todd's nose. Rotti is the man, maybe. Be more like Rotti.
Whoa.
Great. Yeah. Sticky notes.
But he missed the actual hashtag, which is hashtag Roddy in the club.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, just saying.
Namu Starcraft, hello, mate. Watching some NW3. Hey, Jacappa. One screen, the games, the other, Nate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who doesn't like Nate? Who doesn't like Nate?
Well, I don't know that I like him enough to get my my screen full of Nathanias.
No, I don't like him that much either.
Do you still have a picture of me as your background on your phone?
I do, yeah.
Yeah? The one where I look like a fish?
Hold on.
Is that the one?
Yeah,
that's the one. That's the one. You want to see it, though.
Yeah,
Countdown! 10 seconds.
All right.
Ike or Snoot?
Told you it'd be Snoot.
Yeah.
It's going to be Snoot.
I think it's going to be Snoot now. And it is! Okay, we saw the player.
I said before. Oops. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah,
he makes such a loud noise.
Yes, it does.
Look at this flag. It's the Taiwanese flag wrapped up. Don't need that anymore, sadly.
Ready to be
first country to be eliminated. It's time for Snoot, Big Daddy Snoot, to show everyone how to play. And I think that he could, and more than likely should, have all killed Taiwan, but he got a little bit where he should have done it.
Against the
This
Protoss.
time, now, is all kill, Snoot kill.
Okay, okay. I hope it is. I hope it is. Let's be honest. That would be really sad today to lose Norway. Well, at the same time, China. China is kind of hype today. And we'll see if that guy is able to put China in the lead 2-0. He just won first game. It is Maxed. Maxed. Top right. He is Big Daddy. As you said.
Man.
And he failed to all kill against Taiwan. Will he do it this time for Norway? It is Snoot. Or as he says, Snoote. 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 Really early probe scout coming out from Maxed. We are playing on Orbital Shipyard, a map that you're supposed to go hatchery first on, and that's what Snoot is doing. Probe is a little bit too late to the party. Won't be able to block it. But will he do the triple pylon block that we've seen before?
Ooh la la, as you say in France.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la.
Yeah.
Ooh la la.
That's a better ooh la la.
Okay.
We'll
keep
work on
working.
it.
I've been working on my Francais for a bit now. Learning sentences by sentences, words by words. Every time someone tells me to do something, do you know what my reply is?
No.
Oui, chef, oui, chef.
Oui, chef. Oui, chef.
I'm working on it.
Do we have to explain what means we chef?
No, I know what it means. That's why I say it.
Not you.
Oh,
to the
right.
audience.
Yeah,
you,
sure.
You know we're actually talking to people right now.
No, I'm just talking to you.
Which means literally, yes, boss.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. No, chef is
Yeah,
your
but
boss.
it means sir.
It's like sir, yes, sir,
Yeah.
like in the army.
Yeah.
Chef, chef.
Direct translation is boss, yeah, because it's the same in German too. Chef.
Oh, they say chef?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But
But with your forge.
no.
Cybercore.
No.
Cybercore. It would have been really late. But
No. No.
no?
No.
No.
So
No.
I think Snoot is going to play the same style that he played earlier on before he lost versus Nice, and I enjoy the style. I think it's great. Drogo talked us through it a little bit, and it's the gasless style.
Yep.
For not completely gasless, obviously, but for a long time, just build up that queen and drone count, and I think he went up to 6 queens before he took gas, which was obviously high, and he's going down that way so far. Powers up his drone count beautifully, his economy awesomely, and then his creep spread magically through the middle of the map.
I like it. I mean, 6 queens has always been a really good defensive setup, and as I said that last game, Targa got smashed anyways. Even though he went for that kind of style, I don't think he had 6 queens. I think he had 5.
Yeah.
But still, queen is still a really amazing unit. Just all around good unit defensively.
Yeah.
So I like the style that he's using right now. But as we see, we've got a pretty greedy Protoss. Only a really early 3rd Nexus.
Yeah, almost in retaliation to seeing 3 hatch down pretty fast. He's just like, whatever, Snoot does this, so I'm going to take this 3rd. So this is going to both, or kind of uncontested. You'd almost imagine Snoot to either take all gases at once, take a 4th base, take a macro hatch eventually. Just, this is pure as it looks. Economy focused and production focused.
Yep. Robotics facility as a follow-up from Maxed. I think there is not that much to say yet about that robo because it's so important, so pivotal in the way Protoss plays in Legacy of the Void. You don't have a War Prism, you can't really attack. That's what it means in general. So we can't really say right now that that 3rd Nexus could be a fake and then Immortal push or anything. It could be just a usual transition, while it wasn't the case in Heart of the Swarm, where you've seen a robo that early.
Yeah,
usually it meant
the
aggression.
one thing that's a little bit weird is that he hasn't taken, Max said this is, he hasn't taken gases on his 2nd yet.
Oh yeah.
And if you imagine some guy kind of climb up in every way, upgrades and so on, he would have taken them. But it's 4 gateways down on the front wall, and even a 5th. With a Warp Prism coming in, so as early as this Nexus is, and his Snoot's vision is like, oh god, this guy's taking, he's probably got the gases on his back. It's actually going to be an attack.
Can I say something really cheesy?
What's up, man?
Can we say that that gate is actually the Great Wall of China?
The
I hate
Great
myself.
Wall of China.
hate myself.
Ugh.
Here comes a Forge, and the first Adept drop coming out from that Warp Prism. More Adepts getting warped in, and he's gonna try to deal some economic damage and probably get some Scout out.
Yeah, Snoot, though, doesn't really know what's up. He's got 8 roaches on the way in total. He's gone back to drone production, so 8 roaches are, like, comfortable in case anything does come his way. Will there be enough, though? Because there will be a good warp-in of an additional 6 units very shortly.
How many roaches does he have?
Eight.
Okay.
6 queens.
Okay. The queens need to be in position, and they need to be really fast. He can't warp in. He can't do that warp in. That's really bad for Snoot.
8 more roaches on the way now. 2 adepts on the 3rd.
If it's microed properly, don't you think Maxed is going to destroy a shit ton of drones?
Yeah, that's one way to put it, Funker.
Yes!
A shit ton of drones.
Shit ton. And that's going to deal so much damage. The drones are still on the line, but the target fire is not that good from Maxed. He's losing so many hits on that queen. And now...
Oh, the Warp Prism too, though.
Vials.
It's being targeted down on the 3rd. The Warp Prism is gone.
Okay, that's good.
That's good because
That's
there
good.
would have been another 8 adepts out in a second.
Yep. And considering how hard it is to manage 8 adepts, it would have been way harder with 16, right?
Yeah, there would have been another 8 in the 3rd base. But Snoot does clear it up, taking 13 drone losses and also seeing his Spire being, having his Spire being spotted.
Uh-huh. So more gates, +1, and now you should
Double
be
Stargate
throwing
also.
a Twilight, right? To get Blake. But
Well,
still
he's on
goes
double
for...
Stargate, so he can go Phoenix.
I agree.
He can wait a little bit on his Twilight, I would imagine, to kind of line it up with +2.
Yeah, he's a little bit low on the gas.
Yeah, so Phoenixes are cool for now, and they're going to deal with any amount of Mutalisk, and currently it's only 2.
That's a massive amount of roaches.
That is a lot of roaches.
And he doesn't have that many... Well, he's got pylons and Mothership Core, but he doesn't have Stalker.
Yeah,
doesn't
he's
have
now switched
Cannon
over from Phoenixes to Void Rays, saying, hold on a minute.
Yet. Uh-huh.
That's a lot of roaches.
Why are you mutas, man? That's a lot of roaches.
Yeah, they're on the way. So, as good as Void Rays would have been, and he did build them, so he built 2 Phoenixes, cancelled 2 Void Rays, cancelled 2 Phoenixes.
Yep.
Kind of looking at what was going to be the big threat, and now realizing it's probably going to be Mutalisk again.
That's not optimal. That's for sure.
Well,
and now the 7 first mutas are out.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that Warp Prism saw a glimpse of that muta. And now he sees. Now he sees. So he knows
No
that...
reaction from Snoot, only just now.
Yeah, that's a little late. Only 1 muta. Will he get the warping in the 2nd base? New Observer getting shut down in the 3rd base. And mutas fighting against Phoenixes. That's not a fight that you want to take.
No, that's not good, is it?
No, it's not. +1 for mutas, roach speed, +1 melee, 12 Zerglings and Infestor, infestation pits.
Infestation pits.
We say Bata Infestor.
The better infestor.
The building for infestors. That's what we say.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
You're straight to the point, I guess.
Yeah, we are. Destroying the rocks in the middle would be kind of nice as Zerg, I'd say, to get to your opponent really fast, a little bit faster, and that's what he's gonna do. Charge. What do you make of that?
I mean, you know, who doesn't love a bit of charge?
I do.
The batter de charge.
Le Bata Charge?
The better judge.
No, we say Twilight Council.
Oh, really?
Conseil crépusculaire.
Conseil crépusculaire.
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 Crépulus les crépuleux.
Qu'est-ce que
Qu'est-ce que quoi?
Qu'est-ce que quoi?
Qu'est-ce
There you go. Qu'est-ce que quoi?
Okay, losing a queen right there to the Phoenixes, and some more infestors getting built in. +2 melee and +1 carapace. He's gonna go into the Zergling Ultra. His composition is losing every single Mutalisk for nothing.
Yeah, they're all dead, aren't they? So no
They
more,
are.
no more air for you. Charge is always my favorite upgrade in Heart of the Swarm, so I don't mind seeing it here. Just Wale. He's got a lot of zealots. He's gone pure like zealot gateway steamroll army, which I do enjoy.
Phoenix Zealot Archon?
And if he strikes before the hive is ready, it's a great timing to hit.
It is. Because we don't see any defensive spines or anything,
No.
so he's actually building for a composition that is not here
Yeah.
yet, because
I mean-
he wants to build Ultralisk. At the moment I say it, builds 4 spines.
Yeah, he sees with the last dying
What a
Mutalisk
boss.
saw a lot of units. His opponent's on 3 bases. What do you think he's doing? Of course he's getting ready for an attack shortly. So Snoot is now understanding what's going on. It's going to be a bulldoze Max said.
That's the exact same build that he lost to earlier tonight, right?
Very similar, yes.
Like a
Very
pre-hive
similar.
timing with Zealots and Archons.
And he's making
Whoa!
19 Ravages.
What?
You know what?
Is that
Ravage.
Is that the right call?
Well, what else is he going to build? So yes,
More
I think it
roaches?
is. No, Ravager's a great man. Corrosive Bile for life.
For like
You know what?
Oh my god.
Zoo players should get a tattoo of Corrosive Biles, man.
I
Like,
agree.
oh,
I agree.
look, just watch this. This is gonna be sick.
That's a good skill to have.
Here we go. Fungal Corrosive Bile hype.
Can he pre-corrosive bile on the ramp? He's not doing it yet, but as you said, he wants to get the fungal before. He wants to do the actual combo.
Imagine this. This is going to be awesome. He doesn't have that much energy on his Festus. He likes to skip. This pro keeps talking to me. He likes to skip fungal growth, but imagine that. Just wait.
Oh,
it's going to be sick. I hope he's got fungal.
Oh, the fungal! Boom! What's up now? Where's your god, Max said. He's trying to lift off a lot of what's his name?
Look at it.
What
It's
the
a
hell?
slaughter.
It's not going well. at
No,
all.
it's not.
Well, as we said,
Well, as he drops these
more
phoenixes.
mules. Can he get it? It's really close.
It's actually closer
way
than I thought it
closer
was.
than anticipated.
That's a
And
lot
those immortals
closer.
are still going ham. More zealots. Weird. The first whopping with the warp prison. More zealot charge coming into the fray, fighting against zerglings, and now the more queens getting lift off. That's not enough. That's not enough. 139 supply against 126.
Well, I
He's not
underestimated the
gonna lose
Ravagers. I thought they
again.
were having a great time.
I
Obviously
told
not.
you, Ravagers are not the key. They're bad against zealots.
All right, another huge warping.
He's gonna lose the force. The spines weren't enough. The 19 Ravagers weren't enough. And China Hype, Max said.
China hype.
Max said.
Here we go. More corrosive biles coming to go, though. Snow's not giving up yet, and they land top of the Immortals.
But I think the zealots,
No.
when they charge in,
No.
they're gonna deal so much damage. The Warp Prism survives with like 5 HP. He's gonna be able to reinforce once again. And I think Maxed has done it. He's got 50 more supply.
Wow.
And Snoot is gonna go down. This is so bad for Norway. Back-to-back champions and about to go 2-0 in the decisive match of their group. That is so bad.
Well,
I can't believe.
Max said coming out when he needs to perform in holy. After yesterday's games, and he comes into this one? Yeah, all right. That was not expected. And token void rays.
And now-
that is, hello, Snoop. I think you've lost this. Here's 2 void rays.
Yeah, casual void rates, you know, at the end of the
Casual
game.
void rays.
What do you have to hit here again? Yeah, queens, but they're all dead.
This is like the nightmare for NationWars. You've got your 2-time
told you.
champions struggling to get out of group stages. And
Why would you send Snoots?
Woo! Getting all heated in the O Gaming studio.
Whoa. That's such a huge upset. I mean,
Max
Shigua getting
said-
some wins, okay. But Max said leading 2-0 against Norway is just the worst call. GG.
GG!
That's the worst that could have happened.
China, never underestimate their power. Crushed.
Norway's.
This is not good right now for Norway.
It's the worst scenario that could have happened to Norway. And that's what I said, man. Don't send Snoot. It was too
You would
early
have
for
sent
Snoot.
you would have sent Ike?
Yes, just
And
give
that's-
Ike a chance to go in PvP.
Well, now Ike obviously has to come out next, as Max has taken down 2 of the Zergs, leaving only Ike left. So a bit of a sticky situation now. Obviously, if Ike fails, they're going to have to revive 1 of the 3 again to continue to fight through.
Yep.
But China up 2-0. That was the tweet I made. At Surf 6 taking hints from Apollo. Hello, mate.
Hello.
Hello, buddy.
Hello.
Logan. Oh, hello. Oh, we have
Go
to
Norway.
go Norway at oh my god, my
Higher.
higher. I think I can't. It's kind of zoomed out.
Malin.
Hello, Malin. Thank you for your tweet. Go Snoot. But
Great flag.
unfortunately, 0-2 at the moment. Thanks for your tweet.
That's. That would be such an upset to lose Norway right there. But once again, I'm saying the same thing once again. But just it's such a bad scenario.
With that Taiwanese flag
That's such a bad scenario. Right now, the only thing I see happening is Ike may be getting a win, and then Snoot is gonna have to do 3 kills. Shigua is gonna crush Ike.
Well,
if he gets to play him, it's
Ike-
gonna be a crush.
Ike hype, right? All killed Poland last season.
Yep.
Here it comes.
2 things. Ike either just goes into a rampage and just finds his rhythm back from NationWars 2, where he could actually all kill Poland, as you said, and that's what happened in quarterfinals in NationWars 2. You know, a glimpse from the past. Norway is getting, I think, 3-1 or 3-0'd by Sweden in the quarterfinals, NationWars 2. And then Snoot comes back and freaking all kills. It's like, guys, I found my game back, you know?
Well, he needs to find it today.
Back then he lost to
chance, but
Hope, I think, in CVZ or something. It was just a weird game all around. And then freaking Snoot comes out of nowhere. That was the day that he qualified for 1 IEM, I think. So that day,
I remember,
he qualified for IEM and then went back to NationWars 2. It was like, I'm going to all kill Sweden and qualify for semifinals and then win the whole thing. That's the two scenarios that I see. Either Ike goes into a rampage or Snoot is going to have all the weight of his nation on his shoulder to do a 4-0 against a Chinese team that didn't lose any player and with a Shigua that seemed so strong yesterday.
Well, it's all on Ike right now as Maxed goes up 2-0. We are going to take, of course, our good old 2-game break for the players to get their heads wrap around the scenario at this moment. We're going to be right back, and when we return, Game 3 of China versus Norway.
Yeah, maybe it's on his phone or something. I don't know.
It's blocked on your phone too.
Yeah, well, maybe he has like
We
a
just found
VPN.
out. We just found a hacker.
Who is this 4chan
Who is
guy?
you? Why do you have Twitter in China?
Who is this 4chan hacker?
So, Ike versus Maxed. Maxed obviously playing super well today.
Yeah, no, I am shocked. I actually missed a little bit of the ending of his first game because I was doing an interview, which we play out at the start and the ending of these shows. But I was like, wow, Max had beat target, that's great. And then we're starting to, we watched the last game together and we look at it, it's like, okay. It's like, this is actually starting to look pretty decent for Max. He's like, I think if he attacks right now, I think he has a good shot. And then Snoot morphs 19 Ravages and we both look at each other like, I was like, last time I checked, Ravages are not that great against Zealots. He's like, that's terrible. And then, well, the attack happened. That's an absolutely phenomenal performance by Maxed, man.
And a perfect strike, and that's puts a big question mark over Norway advancing because both Targa and Snoot have lost to different types of Asian attacks today. Based around 2-3 bases. So we'll see if he can fight. But for now, it is focused on this PvP. And can Ike, he's already won a PvP today already. Can he win another one?
I think so, but if there was one matchup in which I was always quite impressed by Max, it was his PvP. I actually felt that was one of the his better matchups. His PvZ has always been, above average. His PvP was good, and his PvT has always been the weak matchup. But since they don't have a Terran, it's gonna have to be PvP here. The only thing I can say is that Maxed was a very old school and relatively boring PvP player. Often just like, see what's going on. Okay, fine, we can expand. Well, double Robo Colossus all the way. Yeah. Obviously, he can't really do that anymore. You can still go double Robo, but you're going to have to use Disruptors eventually if this game drags out. So I am super curious to see how this game is going to play out.
The first map is going to be Dusk Towers. Opinions on this for PvP here, Drogo?
This is a pretty good map for Nexus First. So I think we're going to see one of the two players go for it. But I don't know, like we've seen Heiki go for his build, which is like fast gate, but fast Nexus too, but you delay all of your take kind of. So I don't know. I like this map in PvP though. Usually you can take up to 3 bases without dying to any bullshit.
That seems to be the word of the day. I'm just not ready to say it. Either way, you guys can see we are loaded in to Dusk Towers, and we're looking at the main base of our Chinese Protoss who's been on one hell of a run. It is Maxed.
Wale! All right, Drogo, after you.
At the bottom left of the map, this is Heiki.
Who is he representing? What race does he play? What color is he? Come on, Drogo.
Jeez, put some effort into it.
He's like at the left bottom, yeah.
Ike,
right? You guys can figure the rest out for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, if you look to the bottom, there's his color and there's his country.
Yeah.
There's the score if you really want to know.
Obviously, he's Protoss.
I know, the world didn't come to me. And we have an Nexus First Maxed at 17 population.
And I also think it's very important to note that his first pylon is near the ramp, so
yes,
he's experienced enough to know that if he plays against double gateway adept opening on a map like this, that he has to temporarily full wall off.
Yeah, and that's the only reason you will wall. But yeah, he speaks from experience, so you can see that Max is practicing this game quite a bit.
Yeah, and that's actually something that excites me to see, because you're never too sure, right, with players that are once upon a time posting good results. That's Maxed in 2013, where he makes it into the round of 8 of WCS. And since then, he's been around. He's been attending like the local IEMs here and there and playing a couple of online tournaments. But Maxed 2013 and early 2014 was way more successful than Maxed in 2015. But it's good to see that ever since Legacy has come out, obviously he's been playing because he seems to have a very good idea of what he's doing, and even the small things he already picked up on, so maybe even did a little bit of homework.
Good scout from Maxed goes in and sees what he's up against, but here we have Ike, went Gateway Nexus with no scout at all. So no idea what's his opponent up to. So how do you play this from here? You just use the Adept?
I mean, he makes an Adept, but if you send this Adept across the map, you have no idea what you're playing against. That could be a little bit risky if your opponent has 2 Adepts.
Yeah, that's the main reason why I dislike not scouting in PvP, because especially if Max went for 2 gates after his Nexus, he could have just like make 2 Adepts, wait like on top of the ramp of the third base. So like it's unexpected to have Adepts here. Then you lose 1 if you're Adept for free, and then it's becoming really hard to defend the 2 Adepts if you're opponent.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Maxed is not gonna do that. He's gonna make a Stalker, which is kind of great for Ike actually. He should be able to get a good scout on the Maxed base without losing his Adept.
Does Maxed have a Mothership Core yet? No, he doesn't. He just started right now. It's going to be very important that he times out his Photon O charge wisely, because one Stalker chasing an Adept, well, that's almost like me chasing something that's way faster than me. And a lot of things are way faster than me. Oh, that's a really good weapon. Well done.
No, I don't like it actually. He's gonna kill the probe and get away.
Oh, okay, he's gonna get the probe.
But he's gonna deny the scout 100%.
Come on, this is way better though. And if this Adept would have made it into the main base, I actually think it would have done more damage.
Yeah. Actually, you're right. Like I'm used to make 2 gates after the Nexus, so maybe he didn't have enough units.
I like this guy already.
I like this guy, man.
He already agreed more with me than TLO did in his entire life.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Todd would have disagreed.
Todd
TLO definitely would have disagreed.
TLO would have disagreed
But,
before.
Joe
TLO would
likes
have
you.
disagreed to cast this game with me, period.
Yeah.
I do not think that Rotterdam has what it takes to talk about PvP. So I prefer not TLO to in French, but that's alright.
So Blink and then 3 gateways coming out from Maxed, whereas on the other side it's second gateway. I would imagine he's powering up a little bit of units, more so safety-wise, but Twilight Council off the back of it. So both very similar in where they're going to. And actually we get a scout coming in from Maxed.
Well,
I mean, for Ike on Maxed.
should be more than a scout. I kind of thought he could have get this one probe. Maybe he's still going to get one. No, he's running too much. So this Adept is going to get taken out.
He misses the Twilight Council though.
Yeah, but with the amount of gateways that he saw on the Stalkers, I'd be very shocked to see anything but a Twilight
But
Council.
if he's really on top of his game, you should notice the lack of gases on the second base of Maxed, which he's gonna take them now, but he has a lot more mineral income. I was gonna suggest a Blink Stalker all-in, but now we see Dark Templar, so I don't even know what to say.
It's probably just maybe a Blink Stalker pressure with a Dark Shrine in the back of the Natural and then going up to 3 bases. I saw another French Protoss do this early today.
Yeah, who's that?
Le Tot.
Le Dud?
Yeah.
Le Dud?
One of my favorite French Protosses.
Well, I'm glad you said one of,
Yeah.
because there is one next to you.
I know, he's a great guy too.
Yeah.
So is Liu Bao, Mr. Bonaparte.
You know, Lil Bo is becoming he's my favorite French meme, you know.
What's your favorite French meme?
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's what he is now.
He's just a French meme?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow, man. To go from the best non-Korean to the best French meme.
We all have dreams and ambitions. So this is good news for Maxed. Ike is going to go up to 3 bases already, which means that he's going to have to defend on multiple locations at once. And if you want to be aggressive as Maxed, if you want to do damage with Dark Templars, this is kind of the stuff that you're hoping for.
Yeah.
You don't want your opponent to just sit defensively on 2 bases.
But honestly, if I was Ike, and if I did like the least amount of homework, I would know that Maxed loves his Dark Templar in a Warp Prism in PvP. It's really all he does.
In
Well,
Legacy
he's got
or
an
in
observer
HOTS?
with his Stalkers on the 3rd, so if we do see warp-ins coming from here...
To me, like, if I think Maxed's PvP, I think double Robo Colossus. Like, that's what he's always done. Of course, I know that he's going to switch it up in Legacy because it's just not that good anymore here.
Maybe a bias because of all the game I played against him in the beta, but when I think of Maxed PvP, I think of where is
okay.
that prism?
So
Where is
you
it?
played him a lot in Legacy Beta?
Yeah, like
That's cool.
he was just doing like DT drop. Like you lost a couple of times versus it, then you're like, okay, I'm prepared.
Yeah, yeah.
One cannon per base.
How many
look at this
observers
now,
we're
he's
looking at?
baiting
Just
out
a
the front.
just a single observer. This is a perfect scenario for
Oh,
Maxed, and
man.
Norway
Oh,
is
no.
in trouble,
And
man.
Ike's chasing him, and now the Dark Temple get dropped in.
Oh
A
my
beautiful
God.
move from Maxed, and now Ike's going to feel the heat as Norway currently 0-2 in this.
Yep, and he's
And
going to
now
lose a
losing
lot of
of
mining
probes.
time, losing a lot of probes. He's going to save one of these
Yeah.
CTs as well. Where's
It's a
the
really good
observer?
move.
Where's the observer? Okay, the second one is in the natural, so that's good news.
Yeah. Really good move, though. 8 probes down, 9 probes down.
Where's
A 10th one as well.
11?
11. Look at that, 40 probes to 56 now, and Max said sitting comfortably on the other side of the map.
57 probes even against 40.
Can't believe that this is... Norway are not having a good time. And Target said in the pre-game, or the post-game from the last one, that he was fully confident of his team to beat China.
And they weren't even expecting all that much of
Yeah,
Maxed.
Don't kill the bear. Like, don't sell the bear before killing it. That's how we say it in France. Because Heikki has 2 fingering of him throwing the disruptor technology and
That's
the
a
plus
great-
1.
I love that saying.
Yeah.
That is a great saying.
We should try and use that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Like, hey man, like you might try to sell that bear, but you have to kill it first.
Now we're going to see a fight on the other side. And Mortal doing a lot of damage in this fight.
But I feel like if you're a Russian, you don't want to buy a dead bear. Like I feel Russians are bad
No, they
enough
prefer
to.
it live.
Yeah. Just give it to me alive. They're all adopted as a
There was
pet.
that one esports show, I don't know what it was. It was an esports event that happened in Russia where they actually brought out a live bear on stage. I'm not even kidding. Like,
That is amazing.
they brought it out in chains and it was like, hello, look at the bear. Look at
Disrupt the shot's gonna try to connect.
oh, misses.
Meanwhile, Ike is going to do something with his adapts, but he's waiting a little bit, or perhaps he's just waiting to attack at 2 locations at once.
Yeah.
He just has a single pylon remaining, though, in his natural. He's going to do a lot of economic damage, but I think this army of Maxed is simply too strong. These are 2 immortals. How are these immortals supposed to die?
Well, like that, one disruptor hit comes in, takes down one of them.
Yeah, that's 1.
And then he's going to go jump on the other disruptor, so both disruptors are down
Okay.
now. The other immortal's still down. A DT comes in as well.
That might actually be a little overeager there by Maxed, because now he kind of left his immortal alone. These adapts are doing some serious work on the other side of the map. Does Ike have what it takes to stabilize? Maxed's supply is plummeting though, but he still has plenty of money in the bank.
And is he doing it? It looks like is he holding?
What? Yeah, I think he's holding. Where's Max's Prism? Is he still alive? Okay, he warps in.
Uh-oh.
Man, this is all offensive weapons. What is the Mothership Core doing?
They're both so low.
Can we
on
take a look at his
income.
Mothership Core? Those were the first photon overcharges he dropped.
Yeah. And there is a disruptor as well on the advantage side for Ike. Here it is.
You maybe try to bait out a blink, send like one stalker forward and like kill this stalker, and then he blinks on top of it and you're like, haha.
Got every one of yours. There's still 39 probes gone down. Here we go. How's this working? Disruptor ball goes in. He's not paying attention. Oh, he loses 2 stalkers. That could have been a lot worse, actually. But
2 stalkers is still pretty good in this phase in the game, because look
Yeah.
at the army supply, 47 against 33. These adapts are going to try to wreak havoc again in this middle line and should be able to do quite a bit of damage.
the counter warp prism is so sick. It's just totally changed this game.
Okay, well that this is one of the moments where you shouldn't have used your shadow adaptability.
2 disruptors out now. A 3rd one on the way.
Max should just try to kill this Nexus and get the hell out of here. But I don't think he's going to get it anymore. Is there an observer?
I don't know, but there's 2 disruptor balls
No,
going
Max
in.
is not paying attention.
Loses half of his stalkers there, and this is fully held now. He just needs to get out and observer.
No off, so I guess the DT should be able to kill this Nexus, and then Max should just try to go home.
Is he going to get the Nexus?
Yeah, well,
no,
Observer's
no.
only halfway done.
No.
You can kill the DT with his disruptor.
Yes.
That's a smart move, but I don't think he's thinking of it. I think he's I think he's gonna get it.
No.
Dark Templar, the dream, Observer.
No.
Oh, he's pushing it away.
It's
Wow,
blocked.
that is awesome. What a great move. The only other player I've ever seen save a base like this was Nurcho at Home Story Cup.
And it's saved.
That's
Woo.
awesome. Great move there.
Wow.
That's sick.
Ike goes into the past the 10-minute mark now with a 20 supply advantage. He is a little bit behind in workers, but heavily ahead when it comes to the army supply. He's got a lot of disruptors. He's got +2 attack finishing up as well, but the attacks are not over yet as the Warp Prism loads in another DT.
That really reminded me of Nurcho against the Korean toss on Ohana, but I forgot who it was.
Yeah, I forgot too.
The guy
Too
faced
bad.
It's
first,
like MC
first?
or something.
No, no, it wasn't.
No, it's Grubby.
No, it was first, I think.
First?
Yeah.
You think?
Yep.
You think?
Oh,
You got a pretty good memory for these things.
time to find out. Well, while Apollo, you're finding it out.
I'm going to try find out.
Aki, I really feel like Aki should try to move out because the only dumb side that he has right now is his economy. But he has a way more disruptor than his opponent, and he could really just have used that.
Well,
While
Yonghwa.
Yonghwa.
Yeah, Yonghwa first.
What? War Prism's still alive? No,
Like,
it's not. Never mind.
It's gonna be 4 disruptor to 0.
Yeah, that's
Surely
pretty
you want to
intense.
use that advantage.
I mean, it's Ike has a crazy, no, not crazy, but he has a very reasonable army advantage now. Because he's got so much before, and his disruptors did some very serious work. Maxet does, no, actually, Ike is the one with a very big upgrade advantage, and that should really help out as well. Stalkers with +3
Yeah.
are pretty damn fierce.
But it doesn't matter if the disruptor ball hits.
That's true.
It doesn't even matter.
Does it really matter?
What
Alright.
does it mean?
Very small DT. Very small DT in that War Prism. This could get scary.
Okay, we got to have a bait. Obviously,
Yeah, and
we
adapt.
need a bait.
And adapt.
So-
the main army marching across the
So
map.
I like to consider myself the main army here. If this was me and Roddy and we're doing tag team work, I'm the main army. I am the distraction because I'm going to come in. I'm going to swoop up this part and I'm going to grab the attention. And then when the least expected's about to happen, that's when Roddy comes in, swoops in, drops the DT.
But what am I going for then? The robotics facility, the forge? I
we
actually
go.
think the forge would be the biggest pickup.
There we
but
go. Is
No,
the teamwork.
you just kill the cannon, then you kill everything you can, pretty
yeah,
much.
but there are observers, and he's sitting at home, so you're never going to kill everything. I guess he's just going to try to create an economic advantage for himself. Oh, good move there by Ike again.
He loves
that,
hooking
man.
his structures.
Yeah, yeah. He
Oh,
has
this
played
War
the,
Prism
the
is-
SC2 Master in arcade.
Ooh, it's going to escape. No, it does escape.
And the
Okay.
observer is a little bit out of position now, so these Dark Templars, doesn't matter.
Those spinning balls of destruction.
I don't think it was truly worth it. He got a little bit of lost mining time and 5 or 6 probes, but lost a bunch of Dark Templars.
Like, if I was AK right now, all of that War Prism play comes to my face, I would just leave my Warship Core into my main, because if a War Prism tries to commit and you just overcharge all of his pylon,
Yeah.
everything dies instantly, and you kill 4 DT for free.
Unless it has the speed upgrade.
Indeed, unless...
Another time you got it right, Roddy. Yeah, you keep going, man.
But
All
now
right.
this is 6 Disruptor versus 6, so Maxa did a good job catching up in that technology.
I mean, he had like he's got all 6 gases. He had like a 20 probe lead for a long time, and the supply advantage in Ike was only his army, which he could never really use.
Surprised that Ike doesn't have his 5th and 6th gas there.
Yeah. And here comes a very useless War Prism this time. But yeah, this is going to come down to the fight.
I have a question for you, Petit Drogo. How do you group this army right now? Stalkers, Immortals, and Disruptors. How do you want to group it?
Well, Disruptor in their own hotkey, then everything
Yeah?
else in a different
Lost the
hotkey.
disruptor there.
So Disruptors on 2 and the rest of the units on 1?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
do it like this. But right now, I really like Max's position. He's going to up to Oracle when a fleet
But
pick on another target.
I just feel that Maxet should not be aggressive right now. Like
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know what's going on, but it looks like Ike's army is like 50 supply bigger.
Yeah.
That's the case. Like Max said, now should be chilling out, waiting for his Oracle, then
Mhm.
for his Tempest, and he could win the game from here. Because I think he has a pretty decent lead in Stalkers.
Yeah, it's pretty big actually. It's
30
damn.
30. Yeah, it's pretty big here.
Yeah. And it's
he's
actually
moving
getting bigger
forward.
right now. Yeah.
Oh, he loses a chunk of his army though to 1 disruptor hit.
So the hardest thing right now in
8
SC2
stalkers.
is chasing an army that has disruptors in it. That is just something you cannot do.
Yeah, because right now, Aki, even though he has more army supply, he cannot attack into Disruptor. Usually what you try to do on open map is to attack 2 places at once, but on this map, it's not possible. So very good choice of strategy by Maxhead, because he knows, even though he's a bit behind,
I would love to
He can
see.
take.
Don't you think it's worth it for Maxhead to get like 2 Immortals now instead of 2 more Disruptors?
yeah, like if maybe having too much Disruptors might be a bit overkill.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact maths on that, but maybe Immortal would be a good idea.
I-
You're right once again.
I feel these
I love
stars are
casting
so
with Petit
scary.
Drogo. Oh, he ends up losing a Disruptor there. Was a good split there by Ike. Ooh. He tagged one of the. He
I
tagged
hate-
the Observer as well, I think. Yeah, that's
I
funny.
hate this matchup. It's so stressful.
I've almost never seen an Observer with a little Revelation tag on top of his head. It's so cute.
I know this is a pretty bad spot. Like when you're Heike and you just get your army revealed all the time, you can't really do anything. Then
It's so scary as well to run into your opponent when he knows where you are, but you don't exactly know where he is.
Oh, Ike, cheeky. Drop of Dark Templar inside the main base. Gets rid of the cannons. There's no detection at the moment.
Oh, look at the War Prism, it's still alive as well with like 2 HP.
Love it.
The Stampers are very confused right now. This has been a great PvP and I have absolutely no idea who's going to win it. I think it's truly going to come down to the hits with the Disruptors. Of course, Maxet getting a bunch of Tempest is going to be very good for him if he gets his own Oracle as well. Well, actually he has an Oracle and he keeps tagging the army. You can start shooting from far away. I kind of feel almost for Ike, if I look at this and I see the Tempest are on the way and I know what my opponent is trying to do with Revelation and Tempest, I think maybe it's just time to go. No matter how hard it is to attack into Disruptors, just get the biggest concave ever and go.
Because right now what you can do, Maxed is trying to take a 5th base. So now it's opens opportunity for Ike to be aggressive.
And I do not feel that Maxed should be being here right now with all these Tempest on the way. Tempest in his main base. This is the best fight ever for Ike. I think if I'm Ike right now, I jump on this army. Well, not jump because then you die, but I try to force a fight.
And he's going to take the 5th Nexus down easily. No response really from Maxhead. Just kind of harassing from the high ground with these stalks. He's been pretty efficient with them actually, but.
Yeah, it's a very annoying little spot in every matchup.
Okay, both go down, but he does get a tag onto the main army.
Tempest shouldn't be shooting at Stalkers. Ooh, Disruptor Balls gets a couple of Disruptors there from Maxhead.
Nice.
Maxed needs to be careful. Doesn't have that many Disruptor anymore.
Ike is a little richer as well than Maxhead is. It's been a very wild game. 18 Stalkers now for Maxhead, still 38 for Ike, and they do have +3. I mean, Tempests are good, but in low numbers, like, if a couple of Tempests are like, well, there's actually 6 Tempests. So I guess that's a very serious amount already that you do have to respect. But I still feel if I'm Maxed right now, I don't want to move across the map until I'm maxed out.
Yeah, I do agree with you.
But I guess he's in a good position regardless. Army Supply is very close though, but
he's Tempests.
Yeah, he's kind of forcing the fight to Ike right now. Ike has no time to waste anymore. He's just got to pretty much go for it, but he has to respect the Disruptors. Man, Maxed is just playing so well right now. He's just doing all the right things. I'm actually terribly impressed.
Ooh, but Ike is trying to go around Maxed. This might be a winning move. Ooh, maybe trying to flank with 2 Disruptors. 2 pack of Disruptors. Oh,
my God, it's close.
I mean, now he's going to end up losing at least one more Disrupt. He's getting very close and comfortable with these Tempests though. But oh my God, he lost all his Disruptors.
Damn.
Just like that, Ike ends up losing 3, 4, or 5
And
Disruptors.
Maxed up 70 supply now, marching for the victory, and he's looking at a 3-0.
Maxed 3-0 against Norway.
Here comes another couple of balls going in, but the use of the Tempest here is so difficult. There's nothing he can really do. He can't blink forward, he can't fight, he gets hit by Destructor Balls in a great composition.
Exactly.
And Max said,
yeah, you can't win right now if you're Ike. You can blink forward, and if you only run away, the Tempests are still shooting at you, so what are you supposed to do?
nothing, Roddy.
Base trade.
Base trade.
Well, he's down 100 supply,
Well,
so even
I'm
that
pulling
is
forward, and this is just... This is a disaster here for Norway, who come into this as the reigning champions, confident against China, but they get smacked down 0-3. Of course, they can revive another player. It's not over yet, but 90 supply, it tells the story. There's nothing he can really do. He can't fight this army, and he's lost his.
Yeah, he's going to pick off 1 Tempest, but he needs to get his Disruptor count back up. How many Disruptors are we looking at right now for Ike? Just 1.
1.
Is he on double robo or single robo?
I don't know.
Just a single row, yeah. 20 minutes into the game, you should be on double robo.
Yeah, and it looks like Max Head's coming in for the kill now. He's got DTs to defend. He's got his main army to finish Ike off here. And all hopes must be turning to Snoot now for Norway to do a reverse all kill. Otherwise, sayonara, my dear friends, the season champions. Another Destructible goes in.
Man, this was a very good game by Max Head.
Yeah, excellent. Really, really solid. Max Head seems like he's been playing a lot of Starcraft, and rightfully so, being ranked 70 on the Korean server. That's very high up with all the players that they got over there. And here we go for the finishing kill.
Oh, that one Disruptor from Ike is actually connecting with quite a few units, but in the end, Sean,
it doesn't even matter, Roddy, because this is going to be a Chinese victory. GG. Max Head goes up 3-0.
Wale, Max Head.
Massive wallets.
Well, a very good game by him. Just from start to finish, I felt all made sense. It all lined up. You know, the DT drop
Yeah.
into him taking a third base, into him going for his own disruptors, and then getting the oracles very early on with revelations, and eventually Tempest. Very well played.
It's 5:15 in China. So Cole, thanks for sending your tweet here, Richard Hong.
Could be chilly as well,
Oh, Chile. I'm guessing it's not Chile though.
because it's not 5 a.m.
No,
in
it's not
Chile.
5 a.m. there. Lots of writing. Thank you. Lixian is another one. This is how you watch SC2 Nation Wars. Go, go, China!
Ah, it's very cool to see so much Chinese support as well. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Hashtag Nation Wars.
Yeah, we love it.
Go, go, Norway. Even the cat cheers for France.
Well, that guy is about as
From
excited
France.
as Lilba was when he played against Life.
Yeah.
Nice game.
Ruins of Ceres is the next map. As China are up 3-0. Maxed has just 3-hit shot Norway. And now it comes down to who does team captain, Targa, choose between the three names right there? Who comes out? It has to be Snoot. It has to, like we said, it has to be Haas. It was nice, but this actually has to be Snoot.
And I still believe as well, there's an insane amount of pressure right now on Snoot's shoulders. In the past, Norway has been on the edge of defeat as well in NationWars 1 and 2, so they're not completely unfamiliar with this scenario, but like I really like what I think it was Koka maybe or maybe it was Imre who said that this isn't even the group of death, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Imre
of
said
course,
that.
yeah, these players are good, but it's not the group of death. So to see Norway struggle this much, that's definitely very scary. But within 6 seconds, we will know if Snoot is indeed going to be the man that's going to try to turn tides for Norway. Snoot. There we go.
Snooter it is. It has to be, of course. And now he's got to win 4 games in a row. Going to be tiring. He needs to play one player twice.
Yep.
Because they're going to get a revive, obviously, now, being in such a good position.
This is really rough. Like, I'm just trying to think right now. I'm trying to put yourself in the shoes of the player, Snoot. You go up against Maxed first. You know he's kind of a dangerous Protoss, a tricky Protoss with a lot of tricks up his sleeve. Maybe you win that. I do believe that Snoot has what it takes to win at least the second try against Maxed. But then you go against Studming, who's just a very strong mechanical Zerg, and you have no idea how he plays ZVZ and Legacy of the Void.
Yeah.
And then maybe Gigawa, if you somehow survive all that. And Gigawa has always been kind of a crazy Zerg, but also mechanically very strong. And even if you win that, then you're going to do it one more time against one of these guys.
Yeah.
Well, it's looking very rough for Norway.
But beside all that, I believe
Yeah?
Jean Wallé.
In who?
Jens Wallé.
That's his name. We call him that.
Jens Wallé.
They put Wallé in the middle of his name.
Jens Wallé Aresgaard.
Yeah, Asgard.
Asgard.
That is an epic last name. I said it every tournament for like 6 months now. It is an epic last name.
Even when he's not playing, you just squeeze it in every now and then.
Drogo, what's your last name?
Fredier Rumezi.
What? Say it again.
Like if I was talking to you like you were French, it would be Fredier Rumezi.
Wow.
And if we are not French?
Fredier Rumezi.
It's the same without the French twang, pretty much. Like Clark Van der Kooi is like kind of cool, and then it like ups up to Fred. You know, like.
One day
I've got the boring.
Like I kind of feel like with a last name like that, you should always wear a scarf, no matter where you go.
Yeah.
California, you wear a scarf. Sahara Desert, you wear a scarf.
Yeah, of course, man. Where were you born in France?
In like the middle of it, in a city called Lyon.
Lyon?
Lyon, I know.
Yeah,
Lyon,
we know
they got a
Lyon.
football team.
Olympique. They're struggling a little bit.
I don't follow football much.
Okay.
We do. But Lyon, we know Lyon. But you spend a lot of time in the Millennium House, right?
Yes.
You live pretty much here, so okay. It's only like 40 minutes away, you said, right?
It's like 35 minutes by subway.
Okay.
All right, so the next map is actually not going to be Prion Terraces, guys. It is going to start on Runes of Ceres.
That's a
where
teaser for another game after.
That's where the epic comeback of Norway and Snoot has to begin. If you just tuned in, the scoreboard is not wrong, guys. Maxed is actually up 3-0. And of course, we are looking at the main base of just that man that's normally representing Invictus Gaming, and now China, it is Maxed. Wale!
Wale!
This is perfect when there's an awkward silence. Like, guys.
Hello, anyone there? Hello, moment, anyone?
All right, on the left top side of Runes of Ceres, we're looking at the main base of the man who has a lot of pressure right now to make this comeback happen. It is Snoot.
Snoot.
Wale.
All right, man. Like, here comes a long, long effort.
This is one of these moments where you hope that what you just Googled is actually what you think it is.
Yeah, you don't want to be saying any bad words to those guys. There's a lot of people in that country, Funka.
It is Funka.
Yeah, it's Funka.
I just kind of secretly wish that Funka just flamed the hell out of Todd in
He
Chinese.
said something like, I love Chinese, something.
Yep. I kind of just hope that he said like Todd is a
Oh,
scrub.
hello, Chinese fans, he said.
Aw,
Hello, Chinese fans, welcome to the stream.
that's awesome.
Oh, Funka wants more Twitter followers.
Funka's gonna wake up with like 784,000 Twitter followers. He's actually like the most beloved man in China right now.
Hello, Chinese fans. Hello, Ruins of Ceres.
All right. While Imre is lagging out of the game, we can take a look at the statistics of Ruins of Ceres.
Maxed says yes, it's correct. Hello, Chinese fans.
Maxed is a super
But the
nice
problem
guy.
is they Googled it, so fans actually means like the spinning fan.
And now all the Chinese.
Imre, why'd you lag out, man?
Dude, that's not cool.
That's not cool, bro. It's not Todd, it's you. It says you. If it was Todd, it would say Todd. Jeez.
All right. So we're almost good to continue. Take a look at the statistics. PVZ 57%. That is a little surprising, as I think this is a pretty good Zerg map. I think Snood's quite happy to kick things off on this map. It's cross map as well, so he shouldn't be too surprised by anything that Maxed may or may not do. Maxed decided to go for Nexus first, which is also a little bit risky on this map, but when you're playing against Snood, it's not that risky.
Yeah, they've definitely like. I would very much doubt like Snood going for one base speed.
Yeah, Snood channels his inner moment and opens up with speedlings and overlord drop, which is pretty much the default win against his opening. You're gonna have a very, very hard time because you need like 7 buildings to wall off, and then you also need a pilot in each mineral line to potentially photon overcharge or get a cannon. And if you somehow manage to deal with all that, you go to the other side of the map and your opponent has 3 bases and is up 21 workers. So
Yeah, it's a pretty tough spot to be in.
Nexus was a little risky, but I like it from Maxed. This is a difficult map, and Snood is not known to be a cheesy player. And if you're up 3-0, why not take that risk? Why not try to go for that economic build order advantage?
I would.
I know you would, Sean.
I would. I always try to find any type of advantage. Sometimes don't really do very well when I get it though, but I try my best to get it.
Yeah, but this is like both players are kind of opening for the most greedy opening they can. Because Max said walling the second base right away like this is gonna allow him to be like a lot safer while taking up. Because if you try to take up to like Stargate or some stuff on this map, then you have to realize you need to like wall this ramp with a lot of gateways and pylon, which are gonna be useless.
Alright. Sorry, I was gonna say, Roddy.
Yeah.
This kid, Snoot, gasless every game, 6 queens every game. Do you know what Roddy would do?
What would Ronnie do?
Roddy, dude, he'd be slapping down gateways already, and he'd be getting ready to power up stalkers on the other side of the map. Right?
But it's hard when you're opening up Nexus first. I kind of feel whenever you go Nexus first, then you shouldn't really be relying on any gateway aggression. Because I feel if you want to be gateway aggression, then it should just be a big 2-base all in, like
then
a
he
6,
shouldn't
7,
have
8
gone Nexus
gate.
first in the first place. That was the mistake here. If it was Roddy.
It's cross-map Runes of Sarens, though. Like gasless, you can. Like I see where you're going with it, Sean. But I think that Snoot is good enough with enough creeps, creep spread, and then the queens and a couple of slow links. I think he will be able to defend almost any gateway aggression.
But you know what, right now? I'm almost 100% sure that Snoot is gonna throw down blind spores. When you see the first timing, it's really common to have a Stargate behind it. And he doesn't see anything with his overlord, so I feel like he's gonna throw them spores.
Super quick third base for Maxet, man, before the 4-minute mark.
Yeah. And here come the spores. Look at that Drogo.
More
And
like a
his
3-minute mark even.
Drogo and his magic 8-ball. I see the future.
Oh, I mean, he has a lot of queens, so he doesn't have to spore every bases right away, so that's pretty nice for him.
What do you make of the robotics facility?
I feel like it's for a Warp Prism. I like this build. You go for a fast third base, when it's Warp Prism Aras with Adepts, then you try to transition into a standard macro game.
I mean, you need some sort of presence on the other side of the map.
Yeah,
You can't
definitely.
just sit here in your little corner and build as many props as you can. So Warp Prism would make a lot of sense.
Well, is that enough presence for you, Roddy? 4 extra gateways, so 5 in total.
I can dig it, Sean. There's nothing wrong with it.
But Liar, 4 gases at the same time for Snoot, powering up.
The gateways have been spotted, so Maxed has been pretty much revealed now. He had a Zergling that ran past all of this. He's got an Overlord inside the main base too.
5 gateways, but he's still building workers, but he doesn't have a forge, he doesn't have a robo base, so I feel like this is like a mixture between doing a little bit of pressure or just actually committing to the Warp Prism attack that you're about to do. These adepts should be able to do some work. That's a little sloppy that there's no focus fire there. That's actually, he could have got 5-6 drones over there.
Well, he's on 4 and he's inside the main base as well, so he's going to continue to go. He's up to 5 and that looks like it's going to be that for the adepts. But the Warp Prism's on its way. 8 roaches are the next supporting units, but
that's very important.
back to drones.
It is very important that he has the roach warren and that he is making a couple of roaches, because if he doesn't, Maxed warps in like 10 adepts and then you're a goner.
But he still might be a gunner. Where are these roaches going to be? Does he build any more units? It's very similar to how we saw Maxed play against Targa, is that he just went around and destroyed 20 drones. With a good warp in from the 6 gateways he has at home, the 5 gateways.
Oh, if he would have warped in 4 zealots on top of that spire, I think he kills it.
Ah, the spore.
I think sometimes you shouldn't forget to warp in a couple of zealots. Zealots are still pretty good as well.
On the supply block too. Oh damn. He only warped a couple of adepts.
Yeah, that's a little sucky.
I mean, he's still doing some
still
very
at
serious
11
work
though.
with this guy. Like, he's up 12 workers already. Of course, losing the Prism and losing all these adepts hurts a tiny bit, but he already has the safety Stargate as well, as I like to call it. The first Phoenix is on the way. He even has 2 Stargates. Maxed is looking like such a good Protoss right now.
If he 4-0s Norway, this is huge. It's a big, big win for China. It's the first time they'd ever get this far in Nation-Wars.
And it's the first time ever that Norway gets eliminated, period.
But look at Snoot. He's not making any Mutalisk, I'm taking up straight to lockers. And I think it's the first time we're going to see Snoot making lockers in PvZ.
And I think it's kind of smart, because Maxed is a player that loves to walk around with a lot of gateway units. Sometimes he can get a little bit lost about what's the right thing to do in super late game scenarios. Charge is being upgraded, but if there's one thing that's good against charge slots, it has to be lurkers.
Yeah, indeed. Like Max said, maybe trying to metagame Snoot a little bit with a charge load push, but this is not gonna work this times if Snoot commits to lurkers.
Lurkers and fungal growth. If Maxed wins this game with a bunch of charge balls and just run into this and somehow kills it, I'm done, Sean.
It's over. I'm quitting for tonight.
Yes, this is like, alright, there's only so much Protoss BS that I can handle in one night.
Well, similar style that we've seen throughout the Asian players, the Asian Protoss players tonight, is starting to happen again. Snoot, though, different approach. Roach Ravager was the common approach that we did see. But
I mean,
now
Roach
it's a
Ravager,
switch up.
like Roach Ravager can work if you have a lot of roaches to buffer against the Zealots, but just pure Ravager, that's just not very good, because they don't have a whole lot of HP and Zealots actually kill them quite quickly. But if you have a couple lurkers, that changes everything.
Yeah. A couple of Phoenix here. Poking forward, do see the Hydralisk, already a change up that they're going to spot. And what are we going to see from Maxed? Still going to power through. He puts down a 4th, puts down the Tempor Archive. So with double forge, you're expecting him to wait quite a while before he does strike.
He's in no rush. He's just like, let's sing this game out. This is a whole new Maxed we're playing. This is actually the best Maxed that I've seen in a very, very long time. Like, if I wouldn't see the name tag here, there's no way I would say that this Protoss is Maxed. I'm so surprised by it. In a pleasant way.
Well, he's got to be careful, though, because eventually, well, we will get to Ultralisks. We will get to supporting units around these Ultralisks. So do you think Maxed will try to hit before, or will he try to craft an army that can deal with Ultralisks? And
I don't know. This is pretty hard to read from Max's perspective, because Snoot is switching around technology. Like, he didn't make any lurker yet. He's just making a couple of Hydralisks. Now he's making an Ultralisk cavern with a Spire. It's really hard to tell what he's going to make.
I feel the lurker is more maybe like a safety precaution.
But
make sure that if he
does
really
attacked,
needed them, that he could make lurkers. He even got it before Hydra upgrades.
well, here comes the Phoenixes and kind of try and figure out what's going on again.
Like, Snoot's once again going for Ultralisk Cavern on Greater Spire at the same time without making any of those 2 units. This time he's not gonna get punished for it, but this is a lot of investments.
But I mean, like, even if Maxed wants to punish him for it right now, he's gonna run into a bunch of lurkers and he's gonna be very
Is there
unhappy.
any lurkers? No, there's not any lurkers.
No, but he has 17 Hydralisk. He can morph those in time.
But that's the thing, like, he's gonna make a Immortal with Storm's army. Snoot is making Ultralisk, but the thing is, Maxed's army is really good at dealing with Ultralisk. So I'm getting a little bit scared right now.
It's not very good against lurkers, other than the Phoenixes, I guess. The only idea here is that the Phoenixes lift up maybe first the Hydras and then the lurkers.
Yeah, but if you have enough storm, like if it gets to like 200 versus 200, like Max said,
like this.
storms, yeah.
Good move by Snoot. He really needs these bad boys. And they will always be useful in pretty much every phase of the game.
But the thing is, like Max said, won't be able to kill Snoot, but Snoot is not going to be able to do much with Lockers, Ultralisk versus the army that Max said has. So this could be a very long game.
Yeah, I think it all depends on how well he's able to protect his lurkers, no?
Yeah, but when you have a shit ton of storms, it's hard to do the thing when you're running with Lockers, you know? So that's the main thing Max is getting at with a Fleet Beacon right now, which seems to be the end game for it.
Lurker's got quite a bit of HP, right? It's like 180, 200.
You're really trying to bait me hard to whine about Locker now.
No,
not at all. I'm just talking from my own experience that, like, even when I've had 200 HP, even when I've had storms, like that's 2.5 storms that you need to kill a lurker.
But to be honest, you can't really kill him very easily, right, Drogo?
So Roka, you really don't think that that's strong, are you?
I think they're pretty strong.
Might be just me, Sean.
Really?
Maybe it's only on my level, you know.
Yeah, Drogo's level, they're pretty easy to deal with.
But why not? Tempest and a Mothership is getting out. Mike said, really? Like, he's like, hey, you want to play that game?
Yeah.
Come on, I can take you on.
Darkseid as well.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's funny because there's so much that's happened in this game back and forth in terms of decisions, but physically,
Yeah,
there's
nothing
been
has
like nothing. They've just sat on the other side of the map.
This has been like a brilliant chess match where not a single piece has been slain yet. But
And they're going all the way up now. So Mothership coming in to
what is this?
cloak up these units. It's a hit squad.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's a very expensive.
It's a very
hit squad.
expensive hit squad.
Hey, Dark Shrine is halfway done, by the way, guys. It's technically Phoenix DT.
Technically, yeah. I mean, this is also Drone Ultra. I mean, that's a pretty good combo too, technically.
Wow, you just like.
Wow, man.
If you want to be like that.
Sorry,
hurts
Don't worry, Phoenix DT is gonna become the norm. You know,
thank you.
I got money in it.
Here's the big mothership. This is good news for Snoot though, that he at least spots it, because now he's going to realize he's always going to need detection, which he will need also against the Dark Templars.
Well, eventually these two armies are going to collide, and you know, if Claris was here, I'd say two worlds would collide.
I'm not, you know, at the opening of the, like recently there's been a dubstep video, something about Heroes of the Storm, right? A famous DJ, Dash in Berlin.
Yeah.
They made a Heroes of the Storm clip, and the first line in that clip, like Dash Berlin is a very famous
really?
group. Two worlds collide.
Really?
Yes, I felt this was a hidden hint to Kalaris as like the ultimate Starcraft and
What
Heroes
is it, Dash
caster.
in Berlin?
Yeah, Dash Berlin. Just
Dash
Dash Berlin,
Berlin.
and then like maybe type Heroes of the Storm.
No, really?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a clip released. Yep, official remix.
Okay, and Claris says...
No, it's not Kalaris' voice,
okay.
but in the clip it does say like two worlds collide. I
Oh,
was
okay,
like,
I,
wow,
thought it was like Claris casting it. Like,
no,
that'd
no,
be
no.
epic, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
that would. Well, he should. Maybe
Two
one
worlds
day.
collide.
Kalaris is in a clip of Dash Berlin. Why not?
Hashtag is Claris watching.
Hashtag Kalaris now in the club.
Hashtag Claris is in the club. Friday night, boys. Hashtag Claris in the club. All right, so these two armies still slowly being crafted, chipped away on to be perfected.
Both players
at this time.
very rich. What do you remax on if you're Snoot? Let's say you get slaughtered in this engagement.
I feel like it really depends on what he kills in the actual fights.
Okay. That's a very healthy army.
I mean, this is a silly question because you're both. I need to ask a Terran. Whose army would you like to control right now?
I like Max's army.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Max's
we're both Protoss players.
Can we take a look at the army value real quick? Yeah, Max's army is quite a bit more expensive.
Yeah, but Snoot is no stranger to long games, you know.
Yeah.
So he's gonna start throwing them statics defense.
He loves it.
So I don't know. This is gonna be the most talented player late game that's gonna win, and I feel like I will give Snoot a hedge.
Small things there, I do love it, bringing in Overseer with that army, you know, just making it harder. You won't get pushed back with a single.
Snoot's willing to throw these units at this Nexus, and he's going to lose a lot.
Well,
He's going to lose everything. You best get that Nexus.
Yeah, maybe it's for the greater good. He did get 11, 12 probes. He should be able to get the Nexus. There's a lot of DPS in these Ultras. 4 or 5 Dark Templars are slicing away at it, though. Will these Ultras get it? No? Yes, no.
Guys,
Wow.
that was pretty epic from Maxhead to save that. That was a lot. That was expensive. What Snoot just threw away. And look at his supply. It dropped to like 140, 150.
Yeah, he lost a
He
lot
lost a
there.
lot there and didn't kill anything of Maxed's.
Yeah, but
really.
but right now, this feels like the good old game of Swarmers, where it's like Lockers, static defense, on Corruptors and Vipers.
He's making 8
Oh.
Brood Lords.
I don't quite. I mean,
There's quite a few Tempests, right?
yeah, there's
Four.
already a lot of Stampers, so I'm not sure if it was the best call. But right now, this army is so immortal heavy that like Void Rays. I mean, Broodlords are gonna be great against
Yeah.
Immortal, obviously.
It's China in their first time in NationWars going to go straight to the quarterfinal. This is huge.
A single Oracle would be so massive for
Yeah.
Maxed right now.
Yeah, yeah. Pushing forward here. Very delicate thing here because of how expensive these armies are. You think how much money he's got in the bank? It costs like 5 times the amount of money he's got in the bank to rebuild what he has. And he is pushing forward. If he's able to kill this location, obviously he's going to find himself in a good position. Snoot has to defend it.
All right, Corruptors do a very good job in soaking up a couple of these first shots, and now it's
Well,
depths are.
Target frame
Okay, that's-
on that Vipers.
Is he going to get anything
Rank.
here?
Yeah, he should be able to get
Eventually?
at least one, maybe the second one. The second one's so low in HP that if these Corruptors get
Oh,
nice
look,
close
he's
off.
doing a lot of damage on the left-hand side, though. He's pushing forward onto them, and he's going to start taking them down slowly. And here we go, epic battle, anybody. Two worlds collide, as Cloris would say. And I have no idea who's coming out on top right now.
Immortal just crushed the Lurkers. The DGs are doing a lot of damage in neutral. It seems like Maxed is doing it.
Oh my god, Maxed is just playing out of his mind right now. Not too many Corruptors are remaining.
Broodlord's
Snoot
going
is,
down one by one.
well, Snoot is pretty joke, but Broodlings are doing some serious work though. All the Immortals will fall, but will these Dark Templars ever get taken care of?
And there's even more weapons being brought in here underneath this cloaked up army. The second base completely destroyed by these Dark Templars.
Do we have any Corruptors left, guys?
They're on their way. I think there's a lot more on their way.
Okay, well,
And here they come.
it's very important that they keep some of these Broodlords alive, because now a couple of Stalkers will come in as well. Supplies is still very close, and there are like 50 Lings on the way, and Lings are very good against these additional Zealots and Stalkers that were just being wiped in. Corruptors are very good against Tempers, and Snoot will be able to clean this
gonna
off.
hold this. Well done, Snoot. He clears it up there. What an epic battle that was, but DT's still causing havoc.
Oh.
They're going for the greater spy, which means Corruptors are going to be in the sky alone if they do not get morphed into Broodlords. He does not have money. There will not be Broodlords.
No
He's
plus
going for
3.
this infestation pick. You'd imagine the Hive's going to be next, and Snoot's going to be knocked down all the way down to hatchery tech.
Yeah, Maxed has so many bases that even though he's down a little bit now in supply, his economy looks a lot healthier.
Oh man, Snoot's
Snoot.
cleared. All tech is gone.
Yeah, and he has nothing to kill these Dark Templars. The only thing that it's a grounds that he has are 2 Lurkers.
Does he have any? Okay, he does still have 3 Overseers.
Well, Snoot's going to attack this newly established base of Maxed with his Corruptors. Of course, they do have the new ability in Legacy of the Void where they
Yeah.
can do structure damage eventually.
I don't think that's the right move.
But he starts to take damage and has to back off.
I mean, if I'm Maxed right now, I'm not making a single arrow army anymore. I
No,
just look at
no.
what you have. It's like, well, cool, you have 20 Corruptors, but that's fine. I'm going to make Blink Stalkers, I'm going to make Archon, Storm, maybe I'm going to rebuild my Immortals, and good luck to you remaxing. And Snoot is in a lot of trouble, man. Like, you don't even have to bring these Void Rays, because these Void Rays will obviously die, but... Observer? No observer?
So that was a dead base if there
Yeah.
was an observer. Lucky.
If that's a dead base, then oh my god, the
a dead
Lurker
Snoot.
Den is going down as well. This is terrible.
Everything. The one thing that Snoot's going for now is the Spire. He rebuilt the Spire before the layer, or the Hive, should I say, was destroyed.
Yeah, but like, what is he even going to do?
Yeah,
with
what
the
do you
Spire?
do?
He has no money, he has no Hive. You're gonna go for Mutalisk?
Snoot on the ropes now as China looking at a 4-0 against the reigning champions.
Back-to-back champions.
Hive, straight up to Hive.
Yeah, I guess.
Broodlords again.
Yeah, Mass Corruptor Broodlord. I guess in a weird way that's the only thing he can do, because how else is he going to kill all those Archons?
But Max says mining so healthily. Like,
Yeah. He's actually still kind of poor. That's one thing I was surprised by. Because I felt that with the amount of bases that Maxed has, you expect him to be a little richer than he actually is.
And there's so many Archons at this moment, and this is getting a little bit ridiculous. And Max said has done the unthinkable here in the decider match today. He comes in for his team as the sole warrior for China.
2 Lurkers. Let's see how good they really are, Petit Drogo.
Drogo, they are good though, right?
They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. There we go. He winds. All right, there we go. Pronos moving forward. Sporecrawl is obviously just moving away. He needs to get to where he wants to be, which I'm imagining is trying to get to Broodlords.
Yeah, a couple Broodlords.
24 Lings aren't going to do anything,
Hey, and that
obviously.
Spire, actually the Lurkers and stuff are out of position, so if this Spire dies again, that's even worse. Now, that's the layer that's morphing into Hive.
That's all the tech,
Oh
Roddy.
my
There's a
God.
Hydra Den and a Lurker Den somewhere else, but everything else is here, which is...
And he's going to lose all
Lose
of it
it all.
again. Spawning pool gone.
Oh, yes, an observator. He can kill the lurkers.
Okay, Snoot does a counter on the right-hand side here towards the mining expansion. A couple of DTs get walked in. Guess what? No Overseer anymore. So this stuff's going to get cleaned up eventually.
Oh my god, Snoot's going to lose his base as well. 2 Dark Templars. Maxhead is going to turn around, realizes that he has found the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, which in this case is all the infrastructure of Snoot.
And it's all gone. The
Oh my
one thing
God.
left is the Lurker Den.
Oh, Lurker, good unit. How good are they though?
A lot of Corruptors, Lings-ish, and one Ultra.
Snoot has a lot of money now. He can make quite a bit of lurkers, but will that be enough?
I think it might be. They're pretty good.
Thing is, I mean, Drogo, they are pretty good though. Maxhead's going to take a new base now and hasn't taken a new base in the 3 o'clock. So once this gets mining as well, he's going 200 supply. You build anything he has to deal with whatever Snoot has.
That counterattack was very important though, because it bought a little bit of time. I think right now Snoot is absolutely shaking in his boots, because I think this was the moment for Maxhead to just move up that ramp and shut it down once and for all. But now we're looking at 4 more Hydras, 5 more Lurkers, and then it becomes a lot more difficult again for Maxhead to attack into him. And why is Maxhead still so broke? I don't get it. What is he spending his minerals on?
Because he doesn't have enough bases to like.
Well,
mine
here we go.
efficiently.
Maxhead
Lurkers.
marches up, Lurkers all the way. That's the only thing he has. They're bored at the back. There's 4 or 5, 6 of them. And right now they're not being touched, and he does push him back.
They're pretty good, man.
Look, Drogo.
I don't know.
Drogo, man, this game would have been over if it wasn't for Lurker.
He's going to snap soon. He's like,
He's like, God damn it, I know the Lurker's so broken. Like, here we go again, Lurker's borrow, but this time there are observers pretty close,
Yeah.
and he's on top of them. And Zealots are going to turn onto the Lurkers. This may be Snoot's
yeah,
last
but the
hope.
Overseers though, the Observers is being sniped, so these Lurkers are untouchable once again, because there's still so many Corruptors. Instead of Phoenix DT, it's Corruptor Lurker, baby. That's the
And
real future.
The Lurker Den is down. The only tech left is the Spire and Spawning Pool and a new Infestation Pit. Another base is wiped out. Snoot is on 1 base compared to a lot of his opponents.
It would be great. Snoot doesn't have the larva anymore either to do something about this. He's been losing all these hatcheries.
There is 9 Lurkers overall.
Even if he wants to, you're gonna try to snipe the Nexus.
Oh,
Maybe go for the other one, the peeing ability.
the peeing ability. All right, he's going to attack up here again. There is an observer at the back.
Yep, and the Corruptors are out of position, which means that these Lurkers are very, very exposed now.
Oh, he keeps the Overseer alive. 1 hit away, and here come the Corruptors, but there's no Overseer. And Snoot, I think, guys, is dead, and China is going to do it with a 4-0, an all-kill on the champions.
Oh, that Observer surviving with like 10 HP. These Lurkers are gone. What an unbelievably impressive performance by Maxhead. And we
Yeah,
saw
this is-
completely different styles as well. We saw him be very aggressive. We saw him be smart in the PvP. And now we just see him play a very long, drawn-out macro game.
Yeah, this was a really impressive game by Maxhead.
And
A game like we haven't seen yet from him. Like, this is a Maxhead that we're not familiar with.
yeah, this is fantastic display from him. Corruptor's trying to do something
He should be able to
here.
get maybe this Nexus.
Well,
Well, not in range of the cannons, because all the Corruptors are 1 hit away from dying.
Snoot trying everything he can to somehow pull a win, pull a rabbit out of the hat, as you'd say.
It takes 4 or 5 seconds, right? And then it charges
Yeah.
up to 35.
32 is it?
Oh,
Or
here
something
come the
like that.
Archons. They go for the money shots. No, they're going to be able to get one. This
all
looks
want
so
Nexus.
silly. It's such a silly ability.
1 Nexus. Snoot still
Oh,
57
no,
supply
Snoot,
to
all these Corruptors.
170. And loses only 1 there, fortunately, but... Oh, here comes the Blink. He's trying to grab a couple of others. 2, 3 go down.
I mean, he's trying to go up to a hive once again. Those Dark Templars completely turned the game upside down during that first big fight. Because that fight was kind of an even trade, you know. It wasn't really a landslide victory for either player. It's just
Yep.
Dark Templars killing 2-3 bases.
GG's called. Maxhead does it. Wale! 4-0 against the current champions,
Yeah.
eliminated in group stage. And China, in their first Nation Wars, go straight through to the bracket stage, along with Ukraine from Group A.
And I didn't see this coming at all. Not only did I
Wow.
not see it coming that China was going to win, but Max said, we were even hyping up Jigua a little bit for his good performance yesterday. And we kind of thought, among the experts or analysis over here, that Maxed was the weakest link of this team, that the two Zergs are pretty good, and then Maxed is kind of like the veteran Protoss player that, he's dangerous, but you know what he's going to do well. I did not see this coming at all. What an absolutely awesome performance by him.
And there it is, the big 4-0. Targa was up first, then Snoot, who lost, then Aki, and then Snoot again. And well, there you go, boys. 4-0. China go through. Congratulations to them. There's the bracket. Ukraine first place, who were the only team to be able to defeat China. 4-3. Hashtag Bly on fire. And China 4-0 against Norway. Max had really showed up today. He was not there yesterday. Good performances.
Yeah, I don't think he even played in the first Clan War, and he did play in the second one against Ukraine. I think he just lost straight up against Bly,
He
was
didn't
it?
play in the first one when they beat Taiwan, but he played against Bly and lost.
Yeah, on Dusk Towers.
Max said on fire, boys.
Yeah, I mean, he deserved what a balls performance by Max said. I really have no other words for it.
Yeah.
Just he showed us so many different styles as well. It's not just that Max had went for some good old two-base all-ins. Like, look at that last game. He played it as passive as one possibly could, and he did it. And also that PvP, I also just felt it was a very good, well-thought-out PvP, with some aggression, Dark Templar drop, transition into the next stage, He looks better than he's ever done.
Yeah, he did. And it's a little bit worrying for the bracket stage, of course, going through now. That they are a nation that a lot of people, I said, could be strong and might do well, but now it's looking at it, they got a decent team.
Yeah, no, it's
Shigua,
very decent.
Tudming and Max said to compete in the quarterfinals is actually a little bit scary.
And how motivating you think this is for those guys? Like we've seen quite a bit of Tudming in the American tournaments, and that guy loves to travel and he loves to participate in foreign tournaments. So he's going to be incredibly motivated to make it to the semifinals here. Jigua, I feel, is a guy that always works pretty hard.
Yeah.
And after a performance like this, as Max said, like the next time you're going to represent your nation, you want to live up to the expectations that you've set for yourself right now. So China's suddenly looking very dangerous. I'm blown away, guys. I really did not see this coming.
Yeah, he was good. And, unfortunately, the broken lurkers couldn't do it, Drogo.
Oh, they're not that strong. I told you.
Not that strong? Okay, there you go. You heard it, guys. I guess in a second we can take a look at the entire of the groups. As we finally finish with Group A, we still have B, C, and D to come. Tomorrow, we'll be going into Group B, which is going to be a big day for a lot of people. As France are playing tomorrow against Australia and Sweden and Poland. A great group, actually. A very tight and I think it's difficult to call exactly who goes through.
Who's the third player of Poland?
Laser Nurture Mana.
my
That's
God.
a great team. France has Lobo, Stefano, Marine Lord. We have Sweden with Moro, Zanster, Mini Razor. And then Australia, of course. Oh, yeah.
So
Big Igers and NXZ. It's a great 4 teams.
What a team. No, absolutely. And also, I think if you're a Zerg player, you do not want to miss this group tomorrow because you're going to see a ridiculous amount of ZVZs.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think we're going to the seats, right? There's no need to. So we're going to close it up for the night in a second. But what a day, man. What a day. Great games. Only 2 best-of-7s compared to yesterday's 3.
Tomorrow is going to be longer, guys. If you think like, well, this was fun, but this didn't really last long enough, even though it's still... It's 6, a 4-hour show, so that's pretty decent. But tomorrow is going to be 6, not 7 hours.
More. Could be more. So excellent. Enjoyed your casting today, Drogi. You're going to be joining us again tomorrow?
Yeah, most definitely.
You're going to be here again?
Yep.
Hype, man. Looking forward to it. I guess everyone in here is going to be wearing like French flag.
Yes.
And have paint on their face.
We're going to feel so out of place because everybody's going to be extremely biased, and we're just here like, I hope to see some good
especially
games.
because it's like Australia. Imagine Australia beats France in the first game, and we're like,
Oh,
yeah,
Piggy!
Piggy!
And then, like,
And everyone's like,
everyone's-
all right, get out, get out. You know what? We invited you here to cast it, but get out. We don't need an English stream. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you guys have had a lot of fun today as well. And remember to tune in tomorrow. It's going to be different to the time that it was today. Today was 7 p.m. local time, CET. But tomorrow goes back to 6 because we do have those 3 best-of-7s to play. And starting up with, as mentioned, Australia versus France. Closing words here, Roddy and Drogo?
Awesome day, phenomenal performance by Maxet, and I can't wait for tomorrow. And I'm very happy for the Chinese scene because we don't hear that much about the Chinese scene, but the players have always been there. And I know the manager from Invictus Gaming, Edison, quite well, and he always says, I hope I want there to be more for our players because they can actually be good if they're given the right circumstances to practice. And I think this is a dream result for the Chinese scene. So even though I am sad for Norway because I like Targa very much and I'm like good friends with Snoot, I think for the Chinese scene this is awesome.
And Drogo, any last words?
Well, today we've seen a big upset, but tomorrow I predict France to advance easily, and I hope this time it will go according to plan.
Big day tomorrow for every French guy here in the Old Gaming Studio. We look forward to bringing you that broadcast tomorrow at 6 p.m. For tonight, we're done. We'll see you tomorrow.